So we've already tested for thermal limitations and how well these wire jackets handle high heat. And now we're going to test and see how well they handle being cut, scratched, abraded, sanded, and otherwise physically damaged by random different things. And I put together a couple of tests that I think will actually net us some kind of result. Alright guys, this is the test box. This is the Wire Abrader 9000. The way it's going to work is I'll put the wire in here. We'll load the wire in here. Then we'll put the blade in. With it sitting like this, and this little weight on top right here to add some pressure, we'll pull the wire out and see what kind of damage it does. We'll pull it out and then we'll compare them all. Alright, this is the GP America series. New concepts. T-Spec. Flex Whip welding cable. Windy Nation Power Flex. Right, first we'll take a look at the GP America series, and this is one of the scratches right here. You can't feel it. You can see it. It started right here and it just barely scratched it at all. It's mostly visual, not anything I can feel. This is the new concepts. Let me get it untangled here. Find those scratches. They are right in here. Again, you can't really see it. You can kind of feel that one a little bit, and you can feel that one just a little bit, but it's very faint. If I didn't know it was there, I wouldn't feel it at all. This is the T-Spec, and here's where the score started, right here. You can see where it initially fell. And the scratch going out. Again, I can see it, but I can't feel it. Handled it well. That leaves us with the two welding wires. So that's where I was setting the blade, and this is the main tooth that grabbed. I can feel it. That's the only one. I can feel it slightly. It's very faint, but no real damage. This is the Flex Whip welding wire. Again, that's where I set it down at, and it kind of skipped when I pulled it. So it started out here, and it cut just a little bit, and I can kind of feel that, and then it jumped, and then it landed again and gouged it, and it kind of jumped. Barely feel that, but there is yeah, you can feel it. So on this next test, I'm going to start the blade here and finish it when this part gets to this part, and it's going to get a pull through cut on each one. Again, I'm going to start with the handle up against the brace and go until this impacts. Windy Nation. Flex Whip. GP America series. I have to hold it. I was trying to grab. T-Spec. New concepts. Starting with the new concepts, we have just a little tiny bit of a slit cut, not much. The T-spec, very similar, doesn't go through the wire or anything, just a little bit of a notch there. GP America Series, there's actually less. Alright, so as I was saying, the GP, there's actually less scratch than there is on the others. Just barely raked the surface. Didn't even, there's no depth to that at all. Finally, on the Windy Nation, it's right here. There, you can just see that tiny scratch right there. It handled it very well. And on the, is that where I put it? Right there. Yeah. Let's see if I can get that to capture it. On the, this one, it's just, there you go. Just a bit of a notch right there. Very faint. I'd say all three, the two welding wires and the GP America Series handled this the best. But if I had to pick a winner, it would be the Flex Whip. The Flex Whip, then the Windy Nation, then the GP. Of these two, I'd probably, they rank the same. They just both are the same. This one's better than these two. This one's better than this one, and these two are both better than this one. That's just how it is. Now this is going to be subjective because these wires are all pretty close in thickness, but the GP America Series is thicker than the others. I mean, insulation and all, it's just a bigger wire. So we're going to have to kind of work around that. But I think we'll be able to get some result. It may not be the best result, but we're going to do the best we can. I believe we got a good test because the pad on this is flexible, so it put pressure on everything, and I put a lot of pressure on all of this. So let's look at what happened. Starting with the Flex Whip, and it sanded it some, but it doesn't feel like it flattened it. That's actually not it. That right there is from a different thing. So what we're looking at is this area here, and you can see it sanded off the writing, but didn't really do any damage. The new concepts looks the same. It's just smooth. Same thing with the T-spec. The GP, you can see where it's sanded, but there's no flat spot. And the Windy Nation, yeah, it's just a little smoother in that spot. There's no indication of out of roundness. I don't know, man. I think they're all pretty dang close. So what I'm taking away from this is all of these cables are very good at defeating abrasion and all types of cuts and gouges and grinding actions, which is a good thing because that's literally what they're supposed to do. But the welding wire is far superior in handling high temperatures. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. Good times all around.